Hey my bubs, welcome to a new month of Drawesome Gaming! To accommodate some of my health issues, we are reducing the number of episodes I do a month to every other week, just so I don't push myself too hard with all the other content I'm working on across all channels. That being said, let's get into this month's theme, game launches! And when I personally think of launches, the first one that comes to mind are those of the World of Warcraft expansions. Back before there was ever the ability to pre-order digital copies of games, you had to pre-order physical copies and then wait in line at a store for a considerable amount of time, rush home, install it, and try to get to doing all the things as fast as you possibly can. And that was if you were lucky enough to have a store that did the midnight releases. I was about to say back in my day, but it actually wasn't that long ago. Well, I guess it was? I'm not good at math. Or aging. My first ever midnight release was for the first WoW expansion, Burning Crusade. At the time, I was working at a GameStop, and on many occasions, my coworkers tried to peer pressure me to pre-order inside our store. I totally would have, but there was no midnight launch, and because our store was in a mall, they had weird rules about that. So I cheated on my store and went to another one to pick up my collector's edition. Now, you would think waiting in line for 3 to 5 hours outside of a store in the middle of winter with a bunch of strangers would be incredibly boring, but I had a great time. Everyone standing outside had something in common, and we talked and regaled for the entire time, and were almost kind of sad when the doors opened. But we stayed friends and ended up playing together even to this day. One of my all-time favorite expansion launches was Mists of Pandaria. My boyfriend, my family, my work, and my friends knew I would be out of commission for at least 3 days. My sleep schedule will be wonky, and I definitely will not be as responsive unless you're on my friends list, and sometimes not even then. Whoops. But when those around you know you well, they support your efforts. My boyfriend at the time surprised me with a mini fridge so I could maximize my time for the ultimate quest I had been training countless hours for. What was that quest, you ask? Before Warlords of Draenor released, you could earn Realm First achievements for reaching a level cap in a craft, or for your class, or even for being the first to beat a raid boss. Before Mist dropped, I had trained for weeks in the beta for Realm First Herbalist. I strategized equipment, mapped out a path, learned flower node spawns, devised ways to sneak into areas inaccessible by level. I did everything. I even re-imported my character and did timed runs. I was prepared. Wrong expansion, but anyways. The moment midnight hit and the expansion went live, I snuck, ducked, plucked, and lucked my way to Zen Master Realm First Herbalist. With my heart racing, the achievement sounded, and I saw my name in the chat for the whole world to see, and I felt the biggest moment of pride ever in World of Warcraft. Right behind having things in the game named after me. But that's for another episode. Ha! Cliffhanger! Or Google search. Well guys, that's it for this week's episode of Drawesome Gaming. Do you have a favorite launch story that brings a tear to your eye or an anger to your brain? Let it out in the comments. We're all a family here. Like most of this series, today's episode was made possible by my patrons who are certifiably almost the coolest people on the planet. We're talking like 45% the coolness power of Keanu Reeves. That's pretty cool. They're my pal Paku Reeves. Sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. As always, make sure to smack some buttons or subscribe or maybe do a fist pump or something. Whatever you feel like. I'll see you guys next episode. Okay, love you, bye!